Hello everyone, and welcome to Nervous Nessie and my pile of clothes. Today I am going to be talking about all of the extreme winter wear that I purchased for this Alaska trip, what everything is, why I purchased it, and hopefully give you some idea of what you can buy in order to not freeze to death in very cold weather. Now, the first thing when it comes to purchasing clothes for the very cold weather is layers. You are going to have to carry more clothes on a trip like this than any other trip. You have to. You have to carry layers. It is preferred that you carry at least 3 layers of clothes. You have your base layer, your mid layer, and then your outer layer. You can carry more layers of clothes. If you want to wear 4 layers of clothes or 5 or whatever it takes for you to be warm on a trip like this, do it. Because it's better to have more clothes to keep you warm than not have enough and you be cold the entire time. And when you are going to very cold weather like -degree weather, you're going to get so cold that it can really affect your body. You think of people going up on Mount Everest and the amount of clothes that they have on. If they don't have the proper clothes or the right amount of clothes on, they can actually freeze. I'm talking your extremities, your fingers, your toes, your nose, your ears. Those can actually start to freeze, and people have lost fingers and toes and noses and ears because it wasn't protected from the elements. So I have everything laid out here. I got really lucky because as I was purchasing all of these things, I just kind of added to the pile. So it's already ready to go. All I have to do is just throw it in my suitcase. The first thing, and I kind of have it set by the different layers. So the first thing that you want to purchase is your base layers, which is this little stack right here. I say little stack, it's not a little stack. We have multiple base layer tops. Now, every single one of these base layer tops is by the Smartwool brand. I found that I love the material and I love the cut of the material to where it fits snug but not tight, and I stuck with it. And I was able to find all of these different designs on various websites and in different stores. I think a lot of the different designs may have been last season, and that's why that I got them so inexpensive. But they are basically all pretty much cut the same way. I'll open one up for you. It's just a long sleeve shirt. It tapers in. I have a string on this one. It tapers in on the side to where it hugs against you, but it's not tight. I think there might be 1 or 2 of these tops that they had zippers that come down right here. I didn't particularly want to get those because zippers mean cold. It's metal. Even if you got plastic zippers, which I wouldn't recommend, but even if you got plastic zippers, that plastic can get cold. And since it's going to be right up against your skin, you kind of want to steer clear of that. But I figured since I'm going to have all these other layers on me, it should be okay. But they make wonderful clothes and in very pretty colors. You'll see a couple of the different patterns like this one and this one throughout some of the other items I purchased, but these are my base layer tops. Now, I know that some of you are going to think this is way too many clothes. Why don't you take less and wash them while you're on your trip? I hate doing laundry when I'm at home. I hate and loathe it. The last thing I want to do when I am on vacation is do laundry. I would rather take more and not worry about it. And I have yet, knock on wood, I have yet to go on a trip where I, some point during the trip, go, man, I wish I had brought more, or I wish I had brought this. No, because I'm bringing everything in the kitchen sink. So I have purchased less mid layers, and I will be wearing some of the mid layers multiple times during the trip. The mid layers are clearly thicker material, so I wanted to carry less just because of that. But the mid layers are not going to be on my skin. The base layers are the ones that are going to be actually physically touching my skin. So if I happen to sweat, this is what I'm sweating on, not this. So I did purchase a top for every single day. That way, if I sweat, I just throw it off to the side and put a different one on. For my base layer bottoms, I have 3 of the base layer pants from Hot Chili's brand. They are insulated leggings. They're very, very soft material on the inside. And compared to regular leggings, they're pretty thick. Now, I didn't want to purchase too many of these. I do have one day where I'm going to fly in, and the majority of the day I'm going to be on the plane. The day I fly out, I'm going to be on the plane. So on those days, I'll wear normal leggings. But on the days where I have planned to be outside the entire time, like when I'm ice fishing or when I'm dog sledding, I will wear these instead. But the rest of the time, I'll just have my normal leggings on, which I don't have here. But these are my base layer pants and tops. Now, let's move on to our mid layers. For the mid layers, this is a lot of fleece. Now, I did say in my video about purchasing extreme weather clothes, look at your labels. 100% polyester. It has this texture. I know even if I got this at the camera, you probably wouldn't be able to see the texture of it, but it kind of has the little fuzzies sticking up on the inside here and kind of on the outside too. Some clothes that you purchase may have double layers, an inside and an outside layer. You want to make sure that the inside layer is 100% polyester or fleece or wool. But the outside layer can be a different material, but you want to make sure that whatever's closest to your body is the polyester. I have several shirts here. This one does have a zipper, and so does this one. This actually is a sweatshirt that I purchased at Goodwill. I think I gave just a few dollars for it. It actually has a hoodie with it built in. I don't want to unpack this or unfold this, but it does have a hoodie inside here that I can put on, but my coat has a hoodie too, so that's extra layers on my head. Found this Clippers sweatshirt that has a hoodie. Found it at Goodwill. This one, the outside is very slick, very, very slick, as slick as the logos on here. However, on the inside, it is that very plush fleece that you can find. Found another one, Goodwill, and when it comes to these types of trips where you're wearing the layers of clothes, it kind of doesn't really matter what your clothes look like. I mean, yes, you can purchase the very nice brands and put together a really nice outfit, but you're dressing for warmth. You're not dressing for fashion. So when it comes to this, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have my outerwear clothes on the majority of the time, and you're never gonna see this. You're definitely never gonna see my base layers. Unless you're in the hostel and you see me walking around with my base layers on, you're never gonna see these. These could be the ugliest things that you've ever purchased, but no one's ever gonna really see them. So don't stress about, well, this doesn't go with this, and don't worry about it. So I have 5 different sweatshirt type tops, and then I have 4 bottoms. Again, Goodwill. I think I purchased some of these at Burlington Coat Factory. This one had a cute little butterfly logo and just different colors. I can mix and match. I can put this peach one with this top down here. Goes good together. And then I wanted to show you this last pair underneath here. These are the pants that I purchased at the military surplus store. These are men's pants. When I went to the store, I asked the owner, put me in the direction of your winter clothes. And think about it. The government's not going to send the troops into the cold and make them be very cold. They could, but when I tried these on, they're so thick, I was sweating. Has elastic band, which is great. You don't have to worry about any kind of zippers or anything like that, or any drawstrings. And it is not the best color. It is kind of your military issue brown pants. And I did talk about in the buying weather clothes video about mixing gender clothes. Like I said, these are men's. They do have your little flap for the men right there, which is really weird to wear when you're a woman. However, I know that these are the warmest pants I have out of all of these. I'm going to wear these on the days that I am outside and going to be in the cold the whole time. And I know that I'm going to have my snow pants, which I'll show here in a minute, over these. You'll never see these. So it doesn't matter that you have the hole there, because there's going to be pants over these. So, think outside the box. Purchase various clothes from the other gender, and why not? If it fits and it's cheap, go for it. So that is my mid layers. Now we're going to talk about our outer layers. First thing you want to get is a coat. This coat is made with down. It is by the Patagonia brand, and it's called the Down With It Parka. I thought that was kind of a cute name. It is the Down With It Parka. It does have a removable hood to it, which is insulated, and some coats have like the fake fur going around the face. Those coats do keep you warmer. I have found I do have a coat like that, and I have found that every time I wear it, those little fake fur pieces end up in my mouth or in my eyes. So I wanted to not have to deal with that, and just bought this one where it has just a normal hood to it. Now, what makes a parka? It's the length. This coat is super, super long. Super crazy long. And that is what you want when it comes to being in the extreme winter weather. This coat, actually the bottom of this coat hits me a little bit above my knees. The reason you want a very long coat is when you have a normal coat on that hits about waist level, if you go to bend down, or even if you sit, it's going to ride up a little bit and expose the small of your back or expose your stomach. You want a long parka or a coat that is long enough to where if you go to bend over or if you go to sit down, it doesn't ride up, because you don't want to get the small of your back or your stomach to be cold. But this is a great coat. Like I said in the video, I purchased this one used through REI, and when I received it, one of these little snaps came off, this one right here. I just went to my local craft store, bought a new snap, put it on, and it's like new. Granted, the snap is black, the coat is blue. I don't care. But it does have the zipper that goes all the way down, and it has snaps to kind of cover up the zipper as well. It has pockets on the outside that are kind of fleece lined, that the pockets do zip up. On the inside, it is very lined, and yes, it does have a pocket here on the inside. I will probably use this inside pocket to keep my GoPro batteries warm. If you have a GoPro and you do go into very cold weather, the batteries, even the top of the line batteries for GoPro, because they do have a new type of battery out, even those will die on you very quickly because of the cold. It just drains the batteries. So I'll probably keep those in that inside pocket so that it's close to me and it's warm, to try and keep some batteries going for this trip. Now, I'm not going to fold this up and waste everyone's time, but I did want to show you this. Like I said, this coat is huge, but because it is down, it will shrink, and you can roll it to pack it. Now, I did not get this properly folded to where I can roll it, but as you can see, once you get the air out, it shrinks down a lot, which is great for packing. Now I'm going to show you. That coat is for top outerwear, and you also need something for the bottom. You are going to be outside in the snow. You're going to get wet. So you need a good pair of snow pants that preferably are insulated. I have 3 different pants here. I have these brown ones. These are from Columbia. I've had these for several years. And then I have these Arctics brand. I purchased these when I went into the mountains, and they were super cheap. They're not really lined, but they do have this mesh on the inside, so the inside can breathe. But then for this particular trip, I wanted to get a 3rd pair that is insulated, that I will wear on the days that I'm outside the most. These are by Quiksilver. Let's turn around here. Snow pants are going to have these very wide legs all the way down. At the bottom, they're going to have an elastic band. The reason you want them wide is when you put your boots on, these need to go on the outside of the boot. If you put them on the inside, or if you put them above the boot, then your boots are going to get wet. So you want this to go over the boot to protect your shins. And then they have pockets. Love pockets. Got some Velcro here, and there's very, very deep pockets. So I can fit my whole hand in there and move it around. So on the sides here, you have zipper pockets that are fleece lined as well. Inside the pocket, you have this little toggle that you can use to clip things onto, maybe a pair of sunglasses or cell phone or whatever, but there is a little toggle inside there. That's kind of cool. It does have belt loops if you happen to need a belt, but the inside is very, very thick. There are pockets, Velcro pockets on the back that are also huge. And you even have this little hook on the back, kind of where the belt goes. When you get into your cabin or hostel or wherever you're staying, you can hang up your pants to let them dry, which is a great feature. But make sure you get a good pair of snow pants so that your regular pants, your mid-layer pants, do not get wet. Now, on to our accessories. One of the most important things that you're going to purchase is your boots. I got very lucky. These boots are from Sorel. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. Sorel. I went to REI, and it was, I believe, September that I went there, September or October, and I asked them, when do you put out your extreme winter clothes? And they pretty much told me that they put it out kind of mid-October, if not later, and as it gets colder, they put out the more extreme stuff. I didn't want to wait till the last minute on purchasing things, and I was talking to them about my trip and what all I needed, and I said, yeah, I need some boots. Well, apparently at REI, if you are at a store that normally does not need extreme winter wear. So I'm in Southern California. We do have the mountains nearby that does get snow. People go snowboarding, people ski there, but it doesn't get down into negative degrees like it will in Alaska. But sometimes, because of their buyback program, they will get things in and they don't put it out because not too many people are going to be looking for those items. So they keep them in the back room. And I was talking to the guy in the shoe section, and he said, I have a pair of winter boots in the back room. Let me see if they are your size. I got lucky, and they are. So I got these winter boots, and I love these boots. I want to live in these boots. These are the most comfortable pair of shoes that I've ever bought in my life. And I'm not even exaggerating. They're so comfortable. They're huge. They are, let me see if I can show you. They're ridiculously huge. But you want them to be bigger. So when you purchase shoes, these are a size 9. I normally wear an 8.5. You want to get a bigger size. The reason why is with snow boots like this, you need very thick wool socks. And if you wear your normal size, the boots are going to be too tight for you. But these boots, this is the, let me see here, Caribou. That is the style, is the Caribou winter boot. These, I'll take out the little stuffing thing here. These have this nice little fluff at the top, but they have an insulated liner that you can take out and wash. I haven't taken it out because I haven't needed to yet. And then all inside at the very bottom inside here is insulated, and it is thick. It is as thick as the top, and this insulated layer is about 1/4 of an inch thick. So you definitely want to size up. I tried these on. There was one night that I was going to an outdoor event thing and it was very chilly, so I wore them to try them. And my feet were so warm and cozy. It was wonderful. There's enough room in the boot. Like I said, I went up a half a size. There's enough room in the boot that I can put my feet in there and my toes have room to move around, but not so much that it's going to throw me off when I'm walking. It's not like my foot is swimming in the shoe, but you do want to have the toes of the boot to be big enough to where you can move your toes around and let them breathe. Otherwise, they're going to get very stiff and your feet are going to be hurting. Another thing is, if you're in the very cold and you're like me, I get cold even in the summer. So I know I'm going to be very cold on this trip. You can get the little hand warmers and put those in your boot and keep your toes warm. So I have enough room in here, I can put a hand warmer in there on top of my toes and keep my toes warm. These are waterproof, water resistant, waterproof. So read your labels. You have water resistant and waterproof. These are waterproof, which means I can traipse in water up to about right here because this is sewn together right here. So up to right here, I can get in water that deep and my feet won't be wet. They also need to have a very, very thick tread on the bottom. That is very, very thick tread. But these boots are amazing. If you are someone like me and you have cankles, and yes, I have cankles. I have very thick ankles. The bone in my my shin is very thick. Sometimes it's hard to find boots that fit. These open up wide enough to where you can actually get them around even thicker ankles and shins. But I love these boots. I got so lucky when I bought these boots. They had my size. I was able to try them on and I purchased them right there in the store. Didn't even blink an eye. So find a good pair of boots that are waterproof, at the very least water resistant, and they do come up high enough to where when you're in the snow, they're not going to get onto your regular pants. Now we're going to get into these other accessories here. Since we were talking about the boots, let's talk about socks. I have several different pair here. These, let me see here. No. These are Smartwool brand. Smartwool brand. I purchased 6 pair of these. They're so soft, and when you combine them with the shoes, it's like you're walking on a cloud. Ugh, it's wonderful. You want to purchase wool. And I know you're thinking, yeah, but it's really thick and whatnot. Wool can absorb the moisture to where your feet don't get that clammy, gross, wet feeling all day. You want socks. I love that they have like these little bands to hold the socks together. I love that. Wish all socks had that. You want the socks to come way up onto your leg, because otherwise your boot can be rubbing and you want your shins to be protected from the weather. So I have several of these pair that I purchased, And then I have these thinner wool socks that are a little bit lower. I'm taking them on and I'm going to wear them on the days that I'm flying. Just so it's, you know, it's not as thick, but I can still wear them with my boots if need be. Also, I just wanted extra pairs of socks. And then I do have these that are also made of wool, and I don't know if you can tell, they have these little peely things, like the little fuzz balls all over them. That's what you want. That's how you know that these socks are wool, because when you wear them and when you wash them, wool socks will get this peely look to them. And of course you can get a little shaver machine to shave the wool down and not have those, but really it doesn't matter. These are from Redwings brand, and they're just like the Smartwool. They're very warm, very soft and comfortable. And once I start wearing my Smartwool socks and washing those, they'll start looking like this, which is perfectly fine. And then that's your feet. Let's talk about your hands. You want to buy a pair of glove liners. This is your base layer for your gloves. You want them to be snug, not too tight. Some of them, like these, have kind of the little pads on the fingers to where I can still use my cell phone without taking the gloves off. But you want these on to put underneath the actual gloves or mittens. That way, if you need to take off your gloves and mittens, then you're not having bare skin. I like these because they can clip together so that I'm not losing them. This is the REI brand. Very inexpensive. Does have the little tabs where you can pull the gloves on tighter if you need to. So that's your base layer for your hands. Now, you may be thinking, okay, base layer for your hands, but what about your feet? Don't. I know you're thinking, yeah, more layers keeps me warmer. When it comes to your feet, only wear the wool socks. Don't wear some kind of thin sock underneath, even if that is wool, because it's going to make your feet sweat even more. Just wear one pair of wool socks and call it a day. Now, my outerwear for my hands. I have two options here. I have gloves, regular gloves, and I have mittens. These gloves are by Beck Tech, which is 3M. Again, the gloves have the little clip here to keep your gloves together. They do have, now on the inside it is a fleece lined, it's very thick. I can put them on, and then it has the little toggle down here at the bottom, which is caught up on this little strap. And I can pull these. It's not easy to do with one hand. I can pull these and make them very, very tight on my wrists so that no snow or water gets down in there. I can also tighten them right here with the Velcro if I wanted to. I probably won't wear these gloves as much as the mittens, but these do have a texture to them. It does have a little clip here. I want to turn it the right way. The reason I probably won't wear these as much is because mittens are the best thing for you to wear on your hands. If your fingers are spread out, that one finger is going to be exposed to the elements. But if your fingers are together, the warmth of the next finger is going to keep your hand warmer. These gloves are by Black Diamond brand. Again, the clip to keep your gloves together so you don't lose them. And again, the little drawstring to tighten up the glove. Inside these gloves there's Velcro. See, I'm going to turn it inside out. There's Velcro running around, and there's this fleece liner inside here that is so thick you're thinking I'm not going to be able to get my hand in there. But you can take this liner out and wash it if you need to, which is great. It is made of leather on the palms here, and has a little strap here if you need help pulling them off. But these gloves are or mittens, should I say, are very, very thick. And my fingers are all up here together. I don't know if you can see, I can move my fingers around inside there, but there's room inside here. I can put a hand warmer in here and have extra heat if I need to. And like I was saying in the buying winter clothes video, the most expensive things that you're gonna end up purchasing is your mittens or gloves, your boots, and then your coat. But they are the things that are going to protect you the absolute most. I did bring some snowboarding goggles. Once I get all of my clothes on, the only thing that is going to be exposed skin-wise is just going to be right here. That's it. If it gets windy, which apparently in Alaska it can, I can put these on, put my hood down, and protect my eyes from the wind and the cold. So I'm taking those with me. I also purchased a pair of Dearfoam slippers, Dearfoam slippers. I like these because it's insulated around the edges, but not the bottom of the foot, which would end up getting sweaty and hot. I like that it has this polyester type material on the outside, and it does have a pretty decent tread. Does have a pretty decent tread to it. That way, if for some reason I'm at the hostel, which is where I will be wearing these, and I need to run outside really fast and see the Aurora Borealis, I can quickly slip these on if I need to. But they'll keep my feet warm while I'm in the hostel. Now, I know it's so many clothes, it's ridiculous, but I want to be toasty. Now we're talking here up, how to protect that. You want to have something on your head at all time to keep your head warm. And one of the best things for that is to get a beanie. All of these beanies, I have 3 here. All 3 of these are from Smartwool brand. And all 3 of them are reversible. So I get to wear them twice if I wanted to. Obviously I can wear them more than twice, but I can have 2 different designs. So this design matches this top. Maybe I don't want to wear that together. I can turn it inside out and have this color with just a little trim of the actual pattern. And these are very, very soft, and they do keep your head very, very warm. I did not want to purchase a beanie that has the little ball thing on the top of it, just because my coat has the hood. So if you have this little poof ball on top of your beanie or your little hat that you're wearing, your hood's not going to be able to go over that. So I just purchased these Smartwool beanies for all of the Smartwool. And really for anything else, you want to look at the level of Smartwool thickness, or the level of wool thickness. All of these are 250. All the different brands have a rating of how warm they are. 250 is about the warmest you can purchase. There's some brands out there that do have a little bit warmer, but you'll be perfectly fine with 250. I think a lot of them too have 125. That is more for like fall weather if you're outside. So try to find 250 level of wool, whether it's Smartwool or another brand. Try to find 250 at least. I am taking a scarf. This scarf is, again, by Smartwool. You can tell I love the brand. This was actually a gift to me, but I wanted to take it just in case I needed the added warmth. Then I also have gaiters. These, guess which brand? Smartwool. These are by Smartwool, same pattern. And they are reversible as well. The night that I wore the boots to try them out and we were outside and it was cold, I put this on. The gaiter comes down and fits right here. It can kind of bunch up. What's great is you can put it on. I'm not going to put it on now. You can put it on and it will cover over your mouth and nose. And that will keep all of this warm. So once you get this on and then you put one of these beanies on that comes way down, only this is going to be showing. And that's kind of what you want. Gaiters are great because with scarves, if it gets windy or whatnot, the scarf can flow and get all over the place. These will stay in place and they're super, super warm. Once I put these on that night, I had to take it off because I was hot. And once I took this off my neck, I could feel my entire body temperature dropping down. So having this on your neck really protects your neck and keeps you extra, extra warm. Ladies, little tip for you. If you purchase anything like the gaiters or a scarf or a beanie and you wear makeup, you're gonna get makeup on these. Just gonna go ahead and tell you, unless you have discovered some miraculous makeup that does not go anywhere, you're gonna get your makeup on these. And with these being reversible, I don't want to put this on my head and then take it off and have makeup all on the inside. Like I've said before, it's not about fashion, it's about staying warm. A lot of people may want to wear full face makeup. 9 times out of 10, when I go on this trip, y'all gonna see me without makeup. Because there's no point. My face is covered. All you're gonna see is right here. I might put some eye makeup on, but all you're gonna see is right here. What is the point of putting it on? People don't care. People just want to stay warm. They don't care what you look like. So maybe ladies, wear a little less makeup if you want to save your clothes from getting makeup all over them. So this is all of my winter wear that I'm going to be taking on this trip. I know it's a lot, but I wanna stay warm. I don't want to worry about not having enough clothes or having to worry about washing clothes. In the next video, I am gonna pack for this trip and show you guys how I'm gonna fit all this stuff in my suitcase. If you want to be notified of when that video comes out, then click the subscribe button. And if you have any questions about any of this or any comments, maybe you have a favorite brand that you like, or maybe you've tried something different, then put a comment below. I'd love to hear what all of you have to say, and I will try to get to the questions and comments as soon as I can. And I hope to see everyone in the next video, where I'm gonna attempt to Tetris all of this stuff into my luggage. Until then, bye.